Hey y'all, so this is an instructional video for the Rustic Winged Cross Shelf Sitter Kit. Say that 5 times fast. These videos are not meant to take the place of my regular crafting videos. They're just designed to sort of go along with the DIY kits that I have available on my website. So look in the description box and in the comments, and I'll have a link to where you can purchase some of my kits. So for this kit in particular, let's take a look at it and see what all comes with it and how to assemble it. It comes in this pretty purple envelope. Yours will be sealed, of course. For the purpose of the video, I just have mine taped. So you're going to open up your package, and this is what is going to be inside. Now you're going to find some scissors, and carefully cut the tape on the side and across the bottom, like that. Okay, now let's open this up. Bunch of pieces. So let's see what all comes in here. And if you are ever missing any pieces out of your kit, leave me a comment here or something, and I will definitely get the extra pieces to you. So we have this here. We have 2 wings. That up here. Your filigree cross, your solid cross, and these 2 pieces here. These 2 pieces are your base. This here goes behind the cross and into the base. This goes on top of the big cross, and then you have your wings that go on the side, okay? And of course, we're going to slow this down and go over it here in a second. Now, what kind of paint do I recommend to paint these with? Whatever kind of paint you like. You can use chalk paint. You can use regular old apple barrel acrylic paint. This is what I like to use mostly. You can use spray paint. What I recommend doing is laying all of your pieces out, taking a look and seeing exactly how it's going to look, and then try to decide what colors you want to go where. All right? Now, how do you paint it? Well, if you're using chalk paint or acrylic paint, you can either use a paintbrush, or you can use one of these little sponge dabby things here. Now, as you can see on this piece here, there's a lot of cutout work. If you take a paintbrush and swipe your paint, a lot of times paint is going to build up inside these little designs, and we don't want that. Which is why I recommend sometimes using a sponge. You can dab that in your paint, and then just dab it like that. It paints it, and you don't get a whole lot of paint buildup. If you get paint buildup, you can take a toothpick and just go in the little nooks and crannies and wipe the paint out. This part is going to go down into your base, okay? Now, I have designed these to be a fairly snug fit. You don't have to glue them down in there. See, you just push it down in there like that. So if you're going to paint this, please be careful to not get a whole lot of paint built up at the bottom, because if you do, then you're going to have a difficult time putting this together. Now, if you do paint this, and then you see that you're going to have a difficult time putting this in the base, it's okay. Get a piece of sandpaper or a nail file or something, and you can just buff away a little bit of the paint, just enough to get it to pop down in the base, okay? Once you have all of your pieces painted, then you're going to want to glue them together. What kind of glue do you use? Well, you can use plain old Elmer's glue if you want to. There is nothing wrong with just using, regular old school glue. But if you want longevity, you can either use wood glue or super glue. Now, if you're using super glue, make sure it's a super glue gel, okay? You don't want the liquid super glue, because then that's going to soak down into the wood, and it's really going to weaken the bond. The gel kind is what you want if you're going to go that route. If not, then I recommend the Gorilla Brand wood glue, Gorilla Brand super glue gel. Both of these, I've put together lots of kits over here myself to test them out. They both work very, very well. Now this kind, of course, you just squeeze this, and then you put your drops of glue, and then you hold your pieces together. For the wood glue, especially on pieces like this, where you have like a lot of nooks and crannies, you can put it on a paintbrush and then just kind of dab it. Or you can put it on like a Q-tip and just wipe it on places. You can put it on your finger and just wipe it on there, and then hold your pieces together, okay? And you can read on the directions here, and it'll tell you how long the glue takes to set up. So like I said, just get all of your pieces together and kind of see what it's going to look like before you decide on your color. And I'm not going to sit here and paint this on camera because that takes a while. But once I get mine painted, we'll come back and I'll show you how to glue it together. Now in the end, this is what we're looking for. See, this is it all assembled and this is the back. Okay. So let me go ahead and paint this a little bit and then we'll come back and we're going to glue it together. Okay. Yeah, it's raining outside, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what I'm doing here. So the filigree part I painted black, the wings white, and the cross I painted aqua sky. I was looking for a turquoise, but I didn't have a turquoise. But anyway, now I have one of these little sponge doohickeys, and I'm getting some black paint. And I don't want a lot, so I'm just dabbing it onto a paper towel there. And I'm just kind of taking it, I'm just kind of going around the edges like so, like straight down like that. Not on top, but like on the side here. Just to give it a little bit of depth and to make it look just a little bit more rustic, okay? So that's just an idea. That's just, you know, a way that you can paint it instead of, you know, just flat out painting it a flat color. But just wanted to jump back and show you how I'm doing that, okay? So I'm going to work my way around the cross, and I'm probably going to do the wings over here in the same manner, and then we'll put it together. Okay, so I have all of my pieces painted. I did not paint this entire set because this is going to be glued to the back of the cross. You don't really need to paint the whole thing if you don't want to. Okay, so now let's take the base here, and you have your two pieces. We're going to glue one on top of the other. And I always suggest, go ahead and put your base stick here. Just put that in there and make sure that you have, make sure that you have them facing the correct way. And make sure that they absolutely line up. And they do. So now, I'm going to see if I can get some more of this super glue out. I do believe I'm just about out. But I'm just going to put just a couple drops on there. Don't need a lot. And then you're going to place your two pieces together. Make double sure that this here, the hole in the center, that is lined up, all right? And it is. And I'm going to set that off to the side and let that dry. All right, so now let's go ahead and put the front piece on the back of our cross here. I want to go ahead and use some more of this. And let's see, just put little drops wherever you can get it, like on the wider pieces here. Try not to put a whole lot, okay? Because then once you stick them down, it's going to ooze out. And if that happens, just get you a Q-tip and just wipe away any excess glue that might be showing, okay? So now you're going to take this and glue it down onto your main cross here. Try to get it lined up before you hold it down. Let's see if mine's lined up. That blue came out really pretty. Like I said, I was going for a turquoise. I wanted turquoise, but you know what? This blue is really nice. So now what I'm going to do is let's just leave that alone for a little bit. I want to give it a good 5 minutes or so and let that glue set up. You can take a book or something and place it on top to hold the pieces together if you like. Let that set up, then we'll glue the rest together. All right, I believe that has set up. So now, before you glue your wings on, we're going to take this, place this into your base, set it down flat, place it down into your base, okay? Now take your cross, come here, take your cross and kind of hold it, see about where you want it. I want the bottom of my cross to be touching the base, okay? So we're just going to put this here, take a look, and say, yeah, that looks okay. So we want to glue the cross to the back before we glue on the wings, okay? Because if you glue the wings too far in, you're not going to have space for this to be flat against the back of the cross, okay? All right. So leaving this in the base so that we know how much to leave for the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and put just a little bit of glue get our cross and put here. All right. I'm just going to stand it up, holding it in place to make sure that it's straight, okay? And it looks straight on the back as well. Now, when I'm done assembling the whole thing, I'm going to paint the whole back black, okay? You can paint the backs of the pieces before you assemble it if you want to. But for me, I'm just going to wait, okay? So now I'm going to hold this in place and let this glue set up for a few minutes. I believe it's done. So now when you glue on your wings, okay, when you glue them on, they're pretty much going to be touching that center piece, okay, and that's going to tell you how far in to glue them on, okay. That's why I said to wait. Let's see, is this, yeah, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put glue here on the arm of this cross, and now get your wing, and like I said, it's going to be touching that center piece of wood. Now let's take a look at it from the front. And can you see the swoop of the wing up top here? How it kind of goes in line with the swoop of the cross right there. You see how it's pretty even? Woo! Okay. You got it in the right place if that's where it is. See, it's touching the wood in the back. And then this swoop is even. Okay. So I'm going to hold this wing in place, and then I'm going to glue down the other one. All right, so here you go. I really, really like this. I love this. This is actually one of my favorite kits that I have available on my site, and I do have a lot more coming. So with the wings, I said all I did, just paint them white, and then I just dabbed the black paint around the edge and then sponged it on top. Did the same for the cross. And I didn't want to sponge too much in the center of the cross because then that would take away, you know, from our filigree design here. But there you go. A beautiful rustic winged cross shelf sitter. Check the link in the description and in the comments for links on where to purchase this. I'll also have the link to this video in the description of the product on my webpage.